Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I very much hope that this video finds you well and in very good spirits wherever you are in the world. Today is June 16th, 2021, where I am in Tokyo. And a few hours ago, on the Criterion Collection website, the Criterion Collection made its announcement with regard to those titles that the Criterion Collection plans to release in September of this year. For more information, of course, you can check out the site directly, the Criterion website directly. There you can find information about the films themselves with little write-ups about the stories, as well as technical specifications, as well as information about the planned supplements, and also cover art designs, etc. Once again, I encourage you to check out the site directly for more information. For now, my friends, if it's okay with you, I'd like to just share with you some initial thoughts and comments I have about this particular selection of titles. These comments, of course, would likely be subject to change when the actual item arrives, and perhaps at that occasion, you and we can discuss the films and discuss the Criterion release and presentation overall. I'd love to hear thoughts about the films when the releases do occur. But for right now, let us talk about what our initial impressions are regarding this particular announcement. So we have a number of titles. First of all, we have Mona Lisa, the Neil Jordan film, and then Love and Basketball, Gina Prince Bythewood, and Throwdown, Johnny To, Melvin Van Peebles' 4 films, the collector's set, and last but not least we have Luchino Visconti's The Damned. So let's go through each of these as they appear in the website, or their descriptions according to the website right now. So the first of the titles that I mentioned is scheduled for release September 14th, 2021. This is at spine number 107, Neil Jordan's film from 1986. This is Mona Lisa, a crime thriller set in the sort of underworld setting, with its backdrop as well as its plot points. It's also a film that is very much engaged with the emotional consequences of various human character relationships and the drama that unfolds and results as a consequence of that. And so a lot of this film, in fact, one of the primary parts of this film, I would suggest, is this examination of the consequences of these emotional human relationships that occur with regard to this particular character played by Bob Hoskins, set against the backdrop of this underworld crime thriller setting and plot propulsion. So it's a very fascinating work from Neil Jordan. This is a very also welcome announcement from the perspective of Criterion Collection physical media. This film has been released in the Criterion Collection DVD and Blu-ray catalog before. That's why it's indicated at spine number 107. In fact, this is the DVD in question that is at spine number 107. This fell out of print some time back. So this announcement is a very welcome surprise. It is an indication of the return of this particular title to the Criterion catalog, which is very welcome news indeed. And to take it a step further, for those who know the Criterion Laserdisc catalog, you will know that in fact Mona Lisa, it's right here, is or was a Criterion Laserdisc back in the day at Laserdisc spine number 347. So this is another title that used to be a Laserdisc, but now it is emerging or re-emerging in the Criterion collection once again. So this is very welcome news from the physical media collecting standpoint. And also in terms of its release, according to the website, we see a number of presentation specifications. It's indicated as being the 2K digital restoration, plus a number of features, including some features which perhaps might have appeared in past non-Criterion releases, like the Arrow release. So when the new Blu-ray arrives, we'll check this out and explore it further. There also is the indication of, for example, the audio commentary from '97, which I'm going to assume will be the earlier Criterion commentary that we found in these earlier past physical media releases from Criterion. In any event, my friends, when this title does arrive, when it arrives, I look forward very much to exploring it with you. So once again, scheduled for release September 14th. This is Mona Lisa. Next, scheduled for release on September 21st, 2021, and this is a film from 2000, and this is going to be at spine number 1097 from Gina Prince Bythewood, and this is the film Love and Basketball. This is another very pleasant surprise. I say surprise because I wasn't necessarily anticipating this particular title to appear with this announcement, but I say pleasant because this is a very pleasant announcement indeed. I recall being very fortunate to have seen this film around the time of its release, in fact, so way back in the day, many years ago. I would have been a student still at the time, and I remember that viewing of the film to be a very pleasant one, because I thought it was a very charming film. It had this really nice story of this relationship that was also involving sports, and in particular the sport of basketball, and how it affected these particular characters, and also the focus on their relationship in question. So I was very taken with the film, but I admit that I haven't seen the film since that particular viewing. So this will be a really nice opportunity for me to remedy this particular oversight of not being able to, or not having rewatched the film since that initial viewing. So I look forward to this opportunity with great anticipation, and I'll try to recall the specifics as to my feelings when I saw it then, and I'll try to compare that with how I might feel upon watching it now in 2021. Again, I'm not sure exactly how I will feel about it, because I know that there are a number of details that are escaping me with regard to the film, so it'll be perhaps somewhat similar reaction, or potentially maybe a different reaction than the one that I initially had. But in any event, I look forward to this very much. And it looks like we have a number of features and presentation specifications indicated at the Criterion Collection website. Once again, it's at spine number 1097, and it's purported to be a new 4K digital restoration. Plus, there is an audio commentary from 2000, and also a new documentary and some other new conversations and programs, as well as a collection of short films by Prince Bythewood, and with new introduction by the director. So, and then plus and other similar supplement information. So this looks to be very packed. I don't have this on any previous physical media release, so I don't have any frame of reference for comparison. So a lot of these will be very new to me as well. Again, with that initial viewing that I have from many years ago, this will also provide great opportunity for further rediscovery and re-engagement. I'm looking forward to this very much. September 21st is the anticipated release date of this film for spine number 1097, Love and Basketball. Next, scheduled for release also on September 21st, 2021. According to the website, this is going to have spine number 1092, 2004 work from the filmmaker Johnny To, which is called in English Throwdown. A very interesting title release, that is for sure. Now we have Johnny To, and what I understand to be the first film by Johnny To to be in the Criterion Collection physical media catalog. And this is also a very interesting one that I was able to catch up with fairly recently, including a release made by another label, another non-Criterion label, which was several months back, in fact. So it'll be interesting to see the comparison, or how this Criterion release might compare with other past releases of this film, Throwdown. But in any event, before I get to that, I should say that what a fascinating film this is. It focuses in on this atmosphere, which is very creative and has certain types of poetry, cinematic poetry, that are figured in to this story of these characters and their struggles in the various respective emotional arenas, emotional and physical, shall I say, arenas that they each inhabit within this film. And there is the concept, or the theme, or the plot point, direct and indirect, with regard to the judo and the fight, and how this is both a sort of direct type of character concern, but it also serves as a type of metaphor, or series of metaphors, that I think the film operates on very smoothly and very effectively. And there's also many ways in which the film is making reference to, or paying homage to, the works of the filmmaker Akira Kurosawa, the Japanese filmmaker. And I think in that context in particular, there's a discussion made with regard to the Kurosawa work, or the works that he did with regard to the character called Sanshiro Sugata. So in many ways, this is a very textually layered work that is also a very interesting representation of Johnny To and his cinematic style. So well done, Criterion, for being able to do this. I should say also that the artwork looks really, really great. Please check out the artwork on the website for more info. And I note also it's purported to be a new 4K digital restoration with a number of supplements. It'll be interesting to see how this compares, as I say, with other past non-Criterion releases. And maybe, if it's okay with you, we can do some comparison when if it's okay, when this Criterion release arrives. Also, just on a personal note, it's been one of my great dreams and hopes to be able one day to talk a little bit about some of the works of Johnny To, but to my one of my great failings. I have many failings, and one of them is, unfortunately, I haven't been able to speak about the works of Johnny To. So I hope that this release will provide such opportunity, and I look forward to this very much. So once again, scheduled for release September 21st, and for spine number 1092, this is Throwdown. With respect to the Melvin Van Peebles 4-film set, I know that this release was announced a few days ago, actually, by Criterion, and I took the opportunity in a separate video to make some initial comments to react to such announcements. So if you are interested, please check out that separate video about my feelings about that particular set and what it seems to be offering, or promising to offer. And please also check out the website for more information about that. That is shaping up to be a really fantastic release, so I look forward to that one. So with that, my friends, let us now turn to the release, which is scheduled for September 28th, 2021. This is Luchino Visconti's The Damned, and Criterion has designated spine number 1098 to this. Wow. Wow, this is another very amazing announcement. The work, this Visconti work, The Damned, is one of the most chilling and effective and unnerving films. And it's, of course, very multi-textual. It has a multi-textual component to it. It's, of course, about this particular family or power structures and the decomposition of, or the destruction of these power structures, and the various familial, family-based relationships that are existing and that are challenged, and that perhaps in certain instances are ultimately destroyed through various events of plot and story. And this is also set, or it is involving, a particular historical context, that is the early 20th century and Nazi Germany. So this is a very dense and very complex work that is chilling. There are some aspects to it that are quite scary and very very unsettling. And so this is, again, another testament to the power of Visconti's cinema, and to have this film in the Criterion collection like this is, I think, another great announcement. I must say too that I haven't spoken as much as I would like about the works of Visconti here, so hopefully this will provide some this will provide the opportunity when the disc arrives to talk about this particular work. Again, I find this to be a very overwhelming work in a lot of ways, and in a good way, and that I mean in the positive meaning. It is, as I say, it's quite disturbing, quite chilling, and the types of turns that it takes are very shocking, and so I will try my best to articulate those in a way that I will, in the best of my abilities, of course. But this is my general way of saying that this is a very effective work, and it's really exciting news that Criterion is able to release it like this. Speaking of the Criterion release, we have this particular release being described as the new 2K digital restoration with uncompressed monaural soundtrack on the Blu-ray, also having the alternate Italian language soundtrack. So that's very interesting, as well as other. There are some archival special features, as well as a new special feature with scholar Stefano Albertini about the sexual politics of the film. And this is, I think, one of the real powerful and very nuanced aspects of this particular work. So, so this will be an interesting conversation. I'm not sure what Stefano Albertini will have to say, but I will look forward to that particular interview when this particular release arrives. So this is Luchino Visconti's The Damned, again, scheduled for release September 28th, 2021. This is September's lineup from the Criterion collection. So including the Melvin Van Peebles set, this is shaping up once again to be another stellar month. There are a number of surprises, pleasant surprises as I've described, and there are there is a wealth of the potential for exploration and discovery and rediscovery with each of these releases. With some, of course, there might be some interesting comparative analysis points to be made when comparing with, say, other past releases or other non-Criterion releases. And I think that when the time comes, let us do our best to have that discussion. But in any event, with this announcement, we have a number of new filmmakers, in other words, filmmakers that are having their films in the Criterion Collection physical media catalog for the first time. And then we have the box set the Melvin Van Peebles box set, which again I must emphasize or re-emphasize how exciting that is. That is shaping up to be a really exciting release. And then we have these other individual releases that are, I think, fantastic and just as exciting. So another wonderful month planned upcoming from Criterion. But what do you think, my friends? Please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. As always, I'd love to hear what it is you have to say. And also, ultimately, please check out the Criterion website yourself for information and more specific details about the special features, etc., as well as the artwork. That's part of the fun with these physical media releases, after all. So please check out the website too, if and when you are able. And then last but not least, of course, when these releases do arrive, let us have that as our opportunity to talk about them. As always, I love to hear what it is you have to say. So looking forward to further discussions with you in September and beyond. Okay, my friends, so that's it for now. And so until we meet again, please be happy and healthy and well, and please keep on watching a lot of great, great movies. Thank you so much, as always, for your time. I very much appreciate it. Stay strong, stay safe, and cheers.